really good defender at the time. So it's going to be good for us.
Are there any of your attacking players that you're banking on to really get the goals for you today?
All of our players. Anyone can come up with a goal, so anyone for me.
Rodrigo Wellington is our player to watch. He has a couple of goals to his name so far this season. Really a hard worker up top. He is very in tune to the pressing game, Wellington. And yeah, he's going to be instrumental to Tivoli Gardens if they are to get anything out of this game. Now let's hear from Vere United and their assistant coach, Jermaine Douglas.
Team, they're a very hard team to break down. Is that what you're looking to do and be consistent in that way?
Well, we want to be difficult to break down. You don't concede goals, you don't lose matches. But we also want to be prolific at the other end as well, because that's where the points are won.
And that's exactly where the points are won. But you have been grinding out results. You're on a good run of results, only one loss in the last 8 games or so. What do you plan to do to sustain that run?
Well, it's about players being focused, concentrated, and execute on a day-by-day, game-by-game basis.
On a game-by-game basis, so I assume that you're taking it game-by-game with these players, because it is a young crop of players that you're planning to blend in. So is it that you're planning to use more young players in the future, or you're planning to bring in more experience?
Well, eventually these young players will become experienced players. The next season, these players will be experienced, seasoned Premier League players. So we might need experience in order to guide them now, but eventually they will become experienced players at this level.
Well, onto this Tivoli team, is it that you're planning, what do you plan to do to stop them and get the result today?
Well, I'm not sure I can divulge that information here and now, but we have a plan, and we plan to execute that plan during the 90 minutes.
Well, probably he's going to be instrumental to the plans of Vere. Lamar Neal has scored the winner in their last 2 games. 2 goals to his name, and he's been in some decent form, and he'd want to continue that form heading into this evening's matchup with Tivoli Gardens. We take a break here from the Ashland Stadium. We'll be back with so much more, including the teams walking out and preparing for kickoff. Stay with us. Welcome to the Ashenheim Stadium, the home of Jamaica College. It's Monday evening football, and it's Tivoli Gardens against Vere United first up on the agenda here in pretty cool conditions in St Andrew. As we take a look at the head-to-head between these two teams, and it's most times a close battle, or I should say most times victories for Tivoli Gardens. They've had a couple of big wins here and there. You see the 3-0 and the 4-0. The last time they did meet, it was a 1-all draw, so Vere United a little bit more stubborn at the back whenever they play most opposition, and especially Tivoli Gardens. Let's see what they will offer this afternoon. Najee Williams is with me. I'd like to know his thoughts on this fixture. What are you expecting this afternoon?
Well, at this point in the season, the second round has begun. I think there's any points on the board will be beneficial to any team. But I think even more so for Tivoli and Vere. Vere looking to stave off the drop, and you never know, even push for a top 6 spot. There's only 6 points separating them and the top 6. They're unbeaten in 8, or they only have 1 loss in 8, I beg your pardon. Tivoli, they've run into some good form as of late, but they lost their last game to Arne Garnza. Arne tried to come from behind to win that game. So Tivoli, they are in good form. Vere are in relatively good form as well, despite most of those games being draws, but they aren't conceding goals. They're still staying firm. So I think if any of these two teams start to pick up form and start winning games, they can really try and see if they can push and see if they can get into one of those top 6 playoff places.
And the teams are making their way out to the middle. Vere United on the left-hand side in the yellow and the green, and the Tivoli Gardens in the orange and black. So much is expected from these two teams. Vere United, again, trying to put some gap between them and the relegation zone. And you get the feeling that they can pounce on opportunities in the second round to try and stake some claim. May have hope still of trying to make the playoffs. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. But first they would want to assure themselves of safety. As we take a look at the officials, Stefan Duar is going to be the one in charge. Ojay Duhaney, Damien Williams in the system. Nerissa Goldson is the 4th official. Odin Pennicook on the right. Fitzroy Cummings on the left, the captains of the respective teams. As we take a look at the starting lineup, firstly with Tivoli Gardens here, Nicholas Clark returns between the sticks. Keena Simpson, Odin Pennicook, Christopher Matthews and Alton Lewis, the back 4. In the middle of the pack, Anthony Nelson, Anthony Thompson, Kevin Garnett and Justin Dunn. Up top, Nakil Wright and Rodika Wellington.
Look out for Nakil Wright, scored an absolute firecracker the last time Tivoli were here at this stadium. Of course, it was in a losing effort, but look out for him up top with Rodika Wellington, who has been finding his scoring boots as well. Scored a lovely free kick a couple weeks ago. So that's a tandem to look out for up top for Tivoli Gardens to try and see if they can get some goals and get the victory here today.
As we take a look now at the starting lineup for Vere United, Roger Williams is the one between the sticks. Kemoy Phillips, Donovan Clark, Fitzroy Cummings and Alwyn Strawn, the back 4. In the middle of the park, we'll see Derwin Dyer, Javier Brown, Fakibi Ferguson, Lamar Neal and Orlando Lawrence behind new striker Romario Bryan.
Well, for Vere United, it's all about defense. They have the second best defense in the division despite being 3rd to last. So look out for that back 4 to stay compact, not allow a lot of chances to the opposing team, but then looking to spring counterattacks and try and see if they can get some goals. They've only scored 4 this season, so the defense is really what they rely on to get their results and stave off this relegation. key part of their defense there, their captain.
Fitzroy Cummings, yep. He's been a staple. And he's been a rock for them at the back. There he is, Fitzroy Cummings, partnering Donovan Clark today. And we're just about ready for kickoff. Just waiting on the time to turn over at the top of the hour. Players anxious to get on the way here.
Tivoli Gardens players staying warm.
And it's just about time to begin. And we're on the way here. Vere United with the kickoff. In the opening stages of this one, what will be the attacking intent of Vere United? They just struggled to get out of their own half. Wellington, though, couldn't quite keep possession for Tivoli Gardens. Lamar Neal sending it across to Brown out wide. Vere trying to get one inside the box. And it wasn't successful for Romario Bryan. Interesting to see how he will play.
In the games yesterday, we were pleasantly surprised. I think especially in the Mullines Waterhouse game of the attacking intent, especially from Mullines, you know, teams that don't usually score a lot of goals. The games were exciting, especially that game. So hopefully it's a trend now going across the league. We're going to see these teams that don't usually have a lot of attacking impetus. One could say really looking to turn the dial and provide some scintillating attacking play in the second half of the season.
Mm-hmm. Tivoli Gardens pretty patient early on and forced to do a bit of defending. Neal trying to send it out wide and there was too much on it. Vere doing some high pressing there. Neal playing into the edge of the box and couldn't quite come across. I think it was Lawrence who was waiting there. A missed kick here and an opportunity for Vere. Again trying to weave his way through. Couldn't quite do so.
And surprisingly, it's Vere that are on the front foot to start this game. That one was a bit too heavy, however. Tivoli's coach, Jermaine Teddy Johnson, spoke before the game about wanting his team to be stronger in terms of their attacking play in order to break down this Vere team. They know that they're the ones that really have to push the game to Vere in order for them to get the result. They can't want to sit off and allow Vere to dictate the tempo and the pace of the game. And here they are trying to move the ball quickly.
Yeah, they're trying to work the transition here. Managed to keep his balance on that occasion.
It's Alton Lewis against his former team.
Mm-hmm. Lewis couldn't get the cross inside. Neal was trying to play it along the wing. The whistle goes.
I heard one of the fans before the game mention that this is the Alton Lewis derby, as referee has his yellow card out early in the piece.
Yeah.
Looks as if with a handball, an intentional one. against Anthony Thompson. You see that one again. Oh no, it was a hand to the face. That's a soft one, especially so early in the game. The referee Stefan Duard deemed that worthy of a yellow card. But yeah, before the game, I heard someone mention this game and say it's the Alton Lewis Derby. Recent January transfer, he moved from Vere United to Tivoli Gardens.
Wellington. Done. It's put behind for a corner kick to Tivoli Gardens.
And here's the man of the moment, Alton Lewis, going across to take the corner kick.
There's Jermaine Teddy Johnson looking on at the action keenly. This upcoming corner kick. Lewis with the first corner kick at the near post, and Wellington couldn't quite make a proper connection on the end of that one. Lewis is known for providing good squares, good passes inside the box, and probably will be a little bit disappointed with the end result there.
I mean, his cross did meet who it was intended for. Chipped in at that near post to Radika Wellington. Radika Wellington's contact wasn't the sharpest.
Strong. Ran out of room there, did Keena Simpson. Tivoli again. Ball over the top. Dunn giving chase. Getting some help. And that wouldn't have been the best delivery from Lewis.
That's interesting.
Roger Williams with some problems here. I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the issue could have been.
There's Lynchville. Rudy Dixon, the man in charge of Vere United, the former Reggae Boy, both head coaches, former national representatives, as we try to work out exactly what happened with Roger Williams.
Yeah, it's so early in the game as well. I'm wondering what the issue could be. It's clearly not serious enough for him to come off, but the front of his shirt is now soaked, so...
Well, I think they applied water to whatever his ailment was. It's just a little weird.
I think it's going to be one of those things that we'll never truly know what the issue is, but he carries on.
Not the most convincing clearance, was it? Nakil Wright. Tivoli on the prowl, sits up, and he hits it over the bar.
It definitely was worth a hit. Set up very invitingly for Kevin Garnett. Can never get over saying that name, you know.
Yeah, we don't quite call it as how it's written.
I think his parents tried to get a bit creative with it.
I could think of other scenarios. Wellington on the charge. Looks up. ceased to waiting. Couldn't find any of them.
Couldn't even keep the ball in play. But over the last couple of minutes, we're seeing Tivoli trying to turn the screw. That's what they'll have to do if they want to get the better of this Vere unit. Vere games don't tend to be the most exciting of affairs this season.
Well, that is an understatement.
They've played 13 games plus this season, and there have only been 12 goals cumulatively in those games. 8 against 4-4, the team in yellow and green. So it's clear what their game plan is. It's clear what they're trying to do to survive.
And they are surviving.
They're definitely surviving.
Yeah, remember that there are 14 teams in the Jamaica Premier League now. Ball over the top. Hopefully it was. Forced to go wide to collect. McKeel right. Nice touch forward. It was a little bit away from the intended position, that ball from Anthony Nelson.
Penny Cook there. Couple of fans trickling in. Tivoli Gardens, of course, are a well-supported team.
Yep, recently started hosting games back at their home venue at the Edward Seaga Stadium in West Kingston. Vere United with an opportunity here and nothing doing. Nicholas Clark was right behind it, and he's known for his long distribution, but too far in front of McKeel Wright on that occasion.
He's a willing runner, McKeel Wright. Never gives up on a loose ball. Scored one of the goals of the season last week, McKeel Wright.
Mm-hmm. Did it against Tivoli Gardens. Here's an opportunity, and this one again over the top. This shot coming in from Dunn. Justin Dunn has a couple of goals to his name so far this season. And he'd want better attempts to add to his tally. We may not like the style of football that we see. You made the point about the amount of goals that are usually scored in matches that involve Vere United. But if it works to achieve their aim, I mean, not every team has aspirations to win a trophy or to win the title or the league.
Yeah, I have no problem with their style of play. I know people want to see free-flowing football, yes, but I'm always of the notion that if you don't have the players to achieve it, you have to do what you have to do to survive. And that's what Vere are trying to do here, is survive. Because they're the same ones that if Linval Dixon had come out and tried to play some free-flowing football, get turned over every week, lose 3-4-0 every week, everyone would be at his throat saying, you're such a naive coach. You're going to get this team relegated. So you have to do what you have to do as a coach. It's a difficult job to have, but he's doing what needs to be done.
And they may take the lead here in the attacking third. The Tivoli Gardens player is down. Neil trying to get the better of Keano Simpson and...
couldn't even get the better of himself.
Yeah, pretty much. Now the Tivoli player will get some much needed attention, apparently. I've made the point on so many occasions in regards to the type of jerseys that are worn by a number of the teams here. Yeah, it's all about fashion as opposed to the real job at hand in actually identifying the players. Orange and black numbers. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It doesn't, but it's the same for the Vere jersey as well.
Yeah.
I think it's probably even worse for them.
It is.
But hey, as long as they're stylish, right?
And again, that's not the aim at all. It isn't. Hopefully there's some correction in the near future. Perfect for the fans, obviously. I wouldn't mind one of them, actually.
Which one, the Vere one or the Tivoli one? I mean, you're wearing orange and black right now.
It's
so.
a color of Sportsmax, in fact, so it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, there's a mix-up there, and the referee whistle goes. Although I'm almost sure that he collided with his own player there. Nicholas Clark rubbing his chest. There were no, it was a coming together between Clark and Romario Bryan, in fact. Although Pennycook was involved in some way, I'm sure, with a little nudge.
Small nudge.
Almost took out his keeper as well.
But all is well that ends well. Everyone is back up.
Wow, that was late.
Extremely.
Is it my imagination, or was Alton Lewis bigger last season? I think he was.
I think he even looked bigger in the Vere jersey. A couple weeks ago.
Here's Lewis. Lovely ball inside, you know, and it's put over the top.
There were a couple free players there unmarked. I think Tivoli should have done better with that chance.
I think Nakid Wright was the one who ended up kicking it over the bar. What a chance that was.
Excellent delivery again by Alton Lewis.
Oh, he was... Oh, wow. Both were unmarked.
But neither could get the desired connection to steer that one goalwards.
That was a big chance, you know. Thompson was also there, but it went over his head. And I'm not sure if that kind of threw off Wright, who was behind him.
Surprised that one didn't go out.
We're losing it in a possibly dangerous position, but they'll win it back. Brown sends it out wide. Not sure what was the intention there at all. Simpson easily got away with it and then in turn gives up possession. Hasn't been the highest quality the last couple of minutes, to be fair.
The last 18 and 27 seconds.
Give or take a couple of minutes, yeah. Wellington with the turn, running into traffic. And was caught. Donovan Clark moving away from the scene of the crime there. With the outstretched leg. catching Wellington.
Roger Williams there.
Seems to be okay now.
That water did him a world of good.
Yeah, apparently it did.
It's going to be Alton Lewis again.
Yeah, again, pretty accurate with the crosses that he's made so far. Now a little dink inside the area, too close to Williams, who, again,
I was going to assume it's his son.
yeah.
Him.
He's just been having minor complaints. Vere United with the majority of the position, which is a little bit of a surprise. Now it goes the other way. Challenge coming in. A player is down for Vere and needs some attention. That looks to be Brown.
Really slow tempo to the first 20 odd minutes in this game.
That's an understatement, but I get you.
Yeah, I think if this game goes on like this much longer, we're going to need it to start breaking out the show tunes.
For tonight's entertainment, it's karaoke somewhere.
So Mr. Graphics, just continue to work on that one. Donald will need it in around 15 minutes.
But you say generally you have no problem with a particular team style of play.
No, I mean, in terms of, because I view things from an analytical standpoint, and I think that you have to do what you have to do. In life, generally speaking, you have to do what you have to do. If I can't sing, I'm not going to go and Rising Stars.
Well, here's Tivoli Gardens. Desperately trying to rise to the occasion, but unable to do so in this half so far. It's a goal kick to Vere.
So that being said, if Vere don't have attacking talent, why are you going to play an attacking brand of football?
I guess it leads to the overall discussion as to whether the league actually needs 14 teams then.
Well, they don't, but that's what we're working with at the current moment. So you have to do what you have to do.
Well, here's Vere. They do have the majority of the possession, and it can be argued that they've created a couple of chances in the attacking third. Because Tivoli Gardens is not like they have been convincing after all. The score is 0-0. They just haven't been able to play against the style of Vere. Probably needs to move the ball a little bit quicker when they do have possession.
Yeah, it does seem a bit stagnant from Tivoli.
Yeah, Vere United, they haven't had a shot as yet.
There has been a shot on target in the game either. Pennycook foul there. I don't really think a draw really helps Tivoli in this case. I'm surprised that they aren't being more forward thinking, having more of a forward thrust so far in this game.
Almost sure that Teddy Johnson and company would not be pleased with the type of football that they're seeing at the moment. Lovely ball to Wellington. Wellington with a lob. Over the top. Wide of the mark as well. Yeah. He was looking to get his third goal this season, Rodico Wellington. But couldn't quite find the target. We're still waiting on it.
Realized pretty quickly that he didn't have the pace to take on the centre back, so just tried to go for a cheeky little chip over the goalkeeper. Couldn't direct it goalwards, however. Or on target, I should say. Was left a little bit wanting there with the finish, and that's why the score is still 0-0. But decent opening for Tivoli. Got a bit of luck with two Vere players colliding.
Wellington in the thick of the action. Players, they took some time to advance for Tivoli. Wellington is always going to be trapped there. They'll try again. Good work from Dunn. Dunn inside the area, right on the volley. He gets the corner kick for his team.
That's definitely more like it from Tivoli. That was a very good cross that came in by Dunn. Nikhil Wright actually caught that one really sweetly with his weaker foot this time.
Yeah.
That was goalwards, that was goal bound. It's a very important block. I'm not quite sure which Vere player blocked it, but that's a very, very important one. And now Tivoli have this corner. They're starting to turn the screws here.
Well, slowly. But here they are with this corner kick. Just a dink inside the area and the header. Not a lot of connection on it. Right. Last touch off Nikhil Wright. Throw into Vere.
Yeah, good work there by the retreating Romario Bryan. Was hard in that tackle. Nikhil Wright trying to get his second goal in as many weeks.
So the Tivoli transmission hasn't quite stalled. I wouldn't quite say that they've gone into second gear, but they're moving. Still wanting to get something on target, though. Oh, that was really poor. It's a chance here, and that's a good hold, denying Nikhil Wright. Roger Williams, what were they thinking at the back? Vere United almost gifting Tivoli Gardens, and they did give Tivoli Gardens an opportunity. They just didn't take it.
I think one thing that we can't call Roger Williams is a ball-playing goalkeeper. Not the first time that his distribution has been left wanting. And Nikhil Wright fired that one goalward. That's definitely a shot on target. But Roger Williams made up for his error somewhat in the save. Here's Vere again trying to play out from the back. Maybe that's going to be the way that Tivoli can get on the score sheet, by forcing a mistake high up the field.
Yeah, first time that we're really seeing them pressing Vere United, and the couple of times that they've done it, they've opened them up a bit. You expect better from Pennycook?
Yeah, I do. There's Roger Williams. Really darted that one into his midfielder.
Putting him under some real pressure.
Yeah, sometimes it's not the, well, I'm not saying sometimes, all the time. It's not the accuracy of the pass that really matters. It's the type of pass most of the time.
Yeah. That one was really fizzed in from close range. As here's an opportunity for Tivoli Gardens. Forced to go back, Nelson. Simpson's ball inside. All of a sudden, the ball is like a magnet. Searching for Nikhil Wright. He's been in the thick of things the last 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, I really like his movement, Nikhil Wright. Always on the last line of the defender, looking to get just an inch of space that he would need, because he doesn't need much to get a shot off. So I like his movement so far. He's definitely trying to make things happen.
Lewis, again with one of those little digs inside, it's headed away. Tivoli Gardens try to keep it alive, unable to get out of their own way. Pennycook looking for space, and he was robbed. Oh, again, Vere, they don't clear their lines. It's Thompson. It's high, it's wide, it's wayward. He apologizes.
It was actually Lewis on his weaker
left foot. Oh, Lewis, yeah, Alton Lewis.
I know he would be keen to score against his former team.
Probably a little bit too eager on that occasion.
Much too eager.
Alton Lewis, when he was Vere, sometimes when he was at Vere, sometimes he would be missing from matches based on the type of job that he was doing. He was very much pivotal in the pandemic as far as the medical services were concerned, Lewis. And game week by game week, it wasn't a surety as to whether he would have been available for Vere United. But being a part of the medical field and transporting in the Clarendon area, most times he was unavailable, but his services were duly appreciated, especially during that time. But now we're seeing more of him on the football field.
Man of the moment, Alton Lewis. Vere United going forward. The attack has broken down. Pennycook. Got fouled.
I think Tivoli Gardens is just about getting into the game. No doubt they'll be confident with the couple of chances they've created. They would like to be losing possession though. Nelson was fouled in the process. Trying to move things quickly along now. Simpson gets it back. Keena Simpson, driving run. That's a lovely challenge, but it comes across the right. Wright's effort over the top. And Dunn was screaming at the youngster. Wanted him to supply the pass.
Yeah. A bit selfish on that occasion, Nikhil Wright. Once he got that ball just a little bit out of his feet, only had one thing on his mind.
He thinks he has the ability to score from distance.
Well, I mean, he knows he does now. A lot of discourse on that Tivoli Gardens bench.
Phillips trying to attack the byline, but surrounded by a couple of Tivoli Gardens players. Lewis got away from him. Tivoli Gardens, they've given up possession so easily. And there was little urgency to get that one back. It's a chance for Vere United. Oh, that needed to have been a better ball. They still have possession, though. On his left foot, drives it wide. There was a bit of a deflection. And Clark was able to handle it well. I think that will be deemed as their first shot on target, actually. Dyer. Strawn. Trying to go all the way. And now Tivoli, they can pounce here. Again, not a lot of urgency going forward. They've decided to switch the play to Alton right. Right, goes back. Alton Lewis, I should say. He goes back and try to play that one along that right-hand side, Lewis.
Well done by Brown there in the midfield. Javier Brown has all the makings to be a pretty good central midfielder, Brown.
Lovely ball played forward. Another chance here. Oh, this is a wonderful effort. Will he take it? He sets up Wellington. What a poor shot that was from Wellington after some brilliant work again from Nakil Wright. Well, after all that good play, he just slowed time down to then put Wellington in. And there was a little bit of a bubble, but even then, you expect him to get a much better connection.
I don't think he could have asked for an easier chance in this game. My Radico Wellington. Nikhil Wright did everything right on that occasion. Excellent striker play. Decided to be unselfish for the first time in this game and lay it off.
You know that from now on he's just going to take every shot, right? After that chance.
I'm going to say, well, I tried.
But I find that most impressive, though, that he did all the work, the skills, and a lot of youngsters unable to just control the temperature after doing all that. Slowed it down to a T, then just laid the perfect pass to Wellington. That was just some wonderful football from Tivoli's 18. Anyway, Tivoli, they have to do some defending now. And it's pretty easy defending in the end. Dyer to the edge of the box. Lewis heading it out. And Lewis is there again. Vere United with another chance here. Can they capitalize before the halftime interval? Decent defending by Tivoli.
I cannot believe it.
I mean, you were just singing his praises, though.
Yeah, I mean, I said he has all the makings to be a very good central midfielder. Very good technique, tall. Long legs always helping the center of the park. But it's really a decision making that pushes you over the edge, and that wasn't a very good decision there. But now it's Vere trying to push forward well.
Dyer committing the foul there. Easy call.
Good take there by Anthony Nelson. Has spent a lot of the season up front. Now he's moved more to the left-hand side. The Vere player is down, needing some treatment. It's as if it's their striker, Romario Bryan.
Well, he has been altogether active in this game. Romario Bryan.
Seems as if that's how Romario Bryan got hurt, but he is back on his feet. He is going to continue. Tivoli Gardens free kick. It's launched long to Dunn.
Yep, Dunn with it now. Playing it inside to right. Good layoff back to Dunn. Wellington into the action. Across to right. Well, we're right behind the play, and I thought it was level.
No, I think he was just a little bit offside. Just a tops by an inch or so. Good spot by the assistant.
I won't argue further, but okay. Wellington picks it up. Play continues. Now, yellow card will actually come out to Dyer. Doing Dyer in the referee's book now. Tough challenge on Nelson.
Waste of a free kick there. That's a heavy pass.
Dyer. Ball coming inside and headed away by Tivoli Gardens. Wellington picks it up now. Simpson inside to right. That's a wonderful ball out wide. Here's Dunn beating one. And
I'm surprised the referee didn't give out a yellow card there. especially for what he has given out cards for in this first half.
Exactly. This was so clear-cut, I felt. Oh, come on.
That's a poor challenge, you know.
That's probably the strongest challenge I've seen all afternoon. A swipe that was also high.
Especially the area it was in, what it stopped as well.
Exactly. By the way, that's Christopher Matthews who's getting some attention, but he was going to go right into some space here. How is that not a yellow card?
It's a really poor challenge.
Sometimes when you see players remonstrating with the referee about certain decisions, that probably assists the referee in enforcing certain things, including producing a yellow card. There was no reaction from Dunn. So maybe in the referee's mind, he's like thinking, well, it's not that serious, but it was.
Maybe it was just a little clip.
That's probably what he was thinking.
I'm surprised Tivoli Gardens haven't stationed someone at the top of the box here. So much space, especially from this angle.
Well, two-man wall set up. This could be a dangerous situation for Vere defending. Everyone except one player for Vere inside the penalty area. This one is taken cheekily, and they read it all the way before he could get to Wellington.
Well, that's what they were trying to do, but it's an interesting set-piece plan. Ridico Wellington trying to buy a free kick there.
Vere in response, what can they do? Orlando Lawrence, wonderful ball inside. Some decent defending from Matthews on that occasion. Here's the ball whipped in from Strawn. And Tivoli Gardens with the clearance. Now up towards the halfway line, not sure what he was looking for. And would be a little bit disappointed with the supply on that occasion done. The game has been a little bit better the last few minutes.
More attacking thrust for sure. Not really sure of the quality of it, but...
Well, Dyer skips away from one challenge. Trying to thread that one through, unsuccessful. Here's Dunn. Nelson. Simpson making the overlapping run. Simpson on it now. Goes to the byline, needs a good delivery. There are just two players to aim for at any rate. Tivoli is still with it. Vere United doing enough. That should be that for the first half. And that is that for the first half. Not a whole lot to write home about. Not a lot of goal mouth activity. There were a couple of chances, close chances. Rodico Wellington with the miss of the game. And enough for him to hide his face at the end of it all. Lewis has been quite the provider so far in this one. And Nakil Wright has been instrumental for Tivoli Gardens as well. Vere holding their own. After 45 minutes, they would say that they're still in it. Jermaine Teddy Johnson with a lot on his mind. After 45 minutes, 0-0 between Tivoli Gardens and Vere United.
We're back here at the Ashenheim Stadium. It's half time. Tivoli Gardens, Vere United 0-0 after the first 45 minutes. Has been an action-packed first half, but we do have highlights for you. Alton Lewis whipping this one in. Nikhil Wright should have done better with that one, even though it was on his weaker foot. He tried to play through Adika Wellington. That one was just over the attempted lob. Justin Dunn whipping one in. Nikhil Wright caught that one well. Blocked well by Vere United. More Tivoli chances. Nikhil Wright again. Caught that one well again, but that one was saved well by Roger Williams in the Vere United goal. Vere United trying to get some chances of their own now. They tried, and it was Romario Bryan. That was their first shot on target of the afternoon. But this was the best chance of the game. It'll be interesting if we get any better. Nikhil Wright, excellent dribbling work. Radika Wellington couldn't apply the finish. First half statistics now. There were 9 shots by Tivoli, 2 by Vere United. Tivoli Gardens with 2 on target, Vere United with 1. 10 fouls between both teams, Vere United with 8 of those. A yellow card apiece for both teams, no red cards as of yet. 2 offsides against Tivoli Gardens. 3 corners to Vere United's 1. 2 saves have had to be made by Roger Williams in the Vere United goal, only 1 for Tivoli Gardens. 55% possession for Tivoli, 45 for Vere United. It's a dull first half. At the end of it, it's 0-0. And we'll be coming back with the second half right after this break.
So, Monday Night Football tonight. Dunby Holden against Humberline. You can watch that on Sportsmax 2 beginning at 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. in the Eastern Caribbean time. And NBA action also tonight. The Nuggets against the Heat. 7:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. ECT. Nil all here at the Ashenheim Stadium. Tivoli Gardens against Vere United. And Lijay Williams is still with me in the commentary box. What are you looking forward to in the second half? What are the changes expected in terms of maybe personnel or most importantly the style of play?
Style of play, I think, is more important in terms of getting this game to an attacking level, especially on the Tivoli Garden front. You see their coaches there. They'll want their team to play the ball much quicker at a higher tempo, and most important, they'll want their attackers to take the chances when they come. Vere United, they'll want to stay as compact as possible, try and limit the chances that Tivoli Gardens can create, because that's just their MO, that's what they want to do. They actually let Tivoli Gardens have way more chances than they usually allow against teams, so they'll want to tighten up at the back in the second half and try and grind out a result in the second half. That's what they do, grind out results. 13 and a half games of Premier League football this season, Vere United. Only 12 goals have been scored cumulatively in their games. So they're a grinding team. They're a team that look to not concede first, and if they can get a goal, that's golden for them, but they just don't want to lose the game. That's what's important to Vere United. So look out for them to try and be defensively solid in this second half. Humberline are here waiting for their turn at this Ashenheim field. They'll be taking on Dunby Holden in Monday Night Football coming up right after they're the Dunby Holden players. That will be an intriguing clash of two teams, 5th and 6th in the league, looking to gain some ground on the top teams. Man of the match yesterday, Peter Harrison from Alliance United, coming out and watching some football. Yes, of course, Donald chose that man of the match. But he was worthy.
He was more than worthy, in my opinion, the goalkeeper.
Yes, Tivoli playing Vere United. Second half coming up.
You're looking forward to that?
All I can say is, graphics man, get the karaoke ready. But yeah, on a serious note, football is here to be played. The lights are on, cool temperatures. Maybe that will lead to
better action.
Better action, some calm and cool and composure from the players. The stands are filling up as well. Decent little crowd here at Ashenheim Stadium. Radika Wellington with the chance of the game so far. We're actually going to see a substitution from Vere United at the start of this half. It will be Jason Dyer coming on.
2 changes, in fact.
2 changes, in fact, indeed.
Dennis also getting ready to come on. Yeah, Ricardo Dennis.
Maybe he's the one who can add some attacking thrust. Farquharson will be making his way. There's Dennis. He'll be replacing Dyer.
Yep, Derwin Dyer.
So let's see what impact those changes have on Vere United. The coaching staff clearly weren't happy with what they were seeing. There's Stefan Doar. Gets the second half underway.
Yeah, the second half is on the way now. So Vere United with a couple of changes, probably highlighting that they show a little bit more attacking intent here. Vere. On the prowl here, Dennis with the delivery inside. Well,
it was a good delivery, you know. A foul off the ball there. And it's Vere United looking to start the second half on the front foot.
Vere United with a free kick. And too much on it.
Yeah, not the best of free kicks there. Well, yeah, Vere United looking to start the second half attacking. Actually seeing Dennis here on the right hand side. I expect him to go up top or maybe in behind the striker. He'll be playing from the right wing.
Williams deciding to go long, looking for Dennis. Back there was Keena Simpson. Lamar Neal trying to win it for Vere. Was being hauled and pulled in different directions, Anthony Nelson. Simpson first time. Tivoli Gardens, they win it back. Couldn't quite go further forward though. Vere on the charge. Dyer gets the corner kick for his team. So Vere, they have the corner kick here.
It'll be Kemoy Phillips to swing this one in.
It is Phillips. Here it comes at the back post, past everyone. Simpson now.
Not the best of passes to Radico Wellington.
Nice switch of play there. The veteran getting the better of the youngster over on that far side. Orlando Lawrence hasn't been able to get his own way so far this evening. Neal lost it. Here is Vere. Cummings out wide. Lawrence finding back his skipper.
Attempted combination play there, but didn't come off.
Nice play from Tivoli Gardens. Referee says play on. Well, calls it back now.
It's a red card. The referee has a red card in hand.
And it is shown to Strawn.
What kind of tackle did he? He's holding his head, Alton Lewis. What happened there?
Alwyn Strawn has been sent off here. Vere are now down to 10 players. We're going to revisit the evidence once again.
Can't see anything clear there.
Let's look at his foot after he passes the player.
What happened there?
Well, he punched.
You have to say
The referee probably would have seen that he reckoned that he punched down. So it's not the challenge, but look at his right hand when the player's already down.
I don't think that's intentional at all. I think he's just trying to run past. Yes, his hand does make contact with the face of Alton Lewis, but I think just the reaction of Alton Lewis getting a hand to the face is what really sold that red card. That's an insane decision, you know. And a game-changing one at that. Vere will feel very hard done by after seeing that red card.
I don't know what to say anymore, to be fair. I don't know what to say. Ball played inside. Wellington still has it. Trying to make his way through. Couldn't.
Now Vere have to spend in excess of 38 minutes with 10 men against the Tivoli Gardens team.
I'm still wondering if there's something that we missed, even on the replays.
No, I think it was clear as day, you know.
Here's a chance for Tivoli. Ball played inside at the back post. Lewis again, the provider on that occasion. Vere United will have to move on.
Well, if Vere were just looking to survive in the first half, the second half is going to be a real slog. But Tivoli Gardens will have their tails up, playing against 10 men now.
Lewis's delivery, and oh, he spills it, Williams, but he claims that he was probably kicked or picked up some sort of injury. Let's see what happened here. I'm not even sure he knows exactly what happened. But it may just have been him landing awkwardly on his side. Just when Vere, they were showing a little bit more attacking intent, the red card was shown to Alwyn Strawn. I think Roger Williams is very lucky there.
Yeah, goalkeepers are extremely protected.
because he didn't collide with anyone. It was just him landing awkwardly. Brown running into trouble. Tivoli Gardens now trying to come forward. It's with Wellington. And here's an opportunity. Williams with the save.
Seeing more spaces appear in this Vere United backline now. Justin Dunn there with the shot. It's now Tivoli are looking to force the issue.
Well, they have to, right? They have the advantage. They have the one-man advantage on the field. Now they would be the ones disappointed if they don't come out on top. Lovely, almost. Well, this is coming straight back. Ball sent inside the area looking for Dennis. There it comes again. Dennis controls. Phillips was waiting on it to arrive. But he was never going to have that amount of time. Kemoy Phillips. Lewis.
Give me a job. You know what you want? Hey, Brett, you're right. Brett, you're right.
Tivoli still with the possession. Nicely done. Ball played inside, lovely. Trying to get a little bit more space. Just ran out of ideas. Pennycook. Trying to keep that one in play. Oh, that was just poor from Vere. But Tivoli Gardens again couldn't quite capitalize. Not the most confident with the ball at his feet. Roger Williams, you mentioned it before, Leger. Any relation?
No.
Okay. Vere.
He would have been much more confident with the ball at his feet if there was some.
I hear you. Just managed to get out of trouble on that occasion, Tivoli Gardens. Simpson now. Keno Simpson. Showed a little bit too much of the ball there. Pennycook across to Matthews. And now Lewis. Oh, that's done actually. Ball played inside and the header. Well, that wasn't the best connection.
I'm sure Roger Williams will be taking a good amount of time for all of his goal kicks now, whenever they arise.
Lovely ball through the lines.
Stefan Dewar there. He's made the biggest decision and has had the biggest impact on the game so far, handing out that red card to Strawn of Vere United. Really contentious one.
Here's Tivoli. 3 to aim for inside the box. Couldn't get by the first defender, which would be a little bit disappointing. Here's the corner kick. Vere didn't deal with it properly. And collision here of heads. That requires some urgent attention. So Vere United down to 10 players. Alwyn Strawn picking up the first red card of his career. Yeah, it didn't seem to be that kind of player. Well, he doesn't seem to be that type of player. And I'm sure that our viewers will make their own assessment after seeing exactly what happened. Yep, it was for that, and Leger, you tried to explain it and say that it was just his natural movement. In real time, especially with the player reaction, did it look vicious to you in real time? You just saw it again.
It didn't actually, but I can see why. Especially with the player reaction, why it could have looked that way for the referee, because I audibly heard Alton Lewis scream from our position all the way across the field. So
it could have been a punch to his face based on his reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what the referee had to work with. In real time. I would have heard the player's reaction as well. Maybe he has had the biggest impact on the game.
I mean, considering that there's been no goals, it would be hard to argue against it.
Lovely ball along that right-hand side. Chance for Tivoli Gardens here. Another corner kick. Ball played inside at the near post, missed by Wellington. And the keeper get it no man's land.
Gets away with it.
Yeah, again, Roger Williams. His captain just telling him to calm down. It was Nelson though with a missed kick as well.
Didn't go at that ball with any real purpose, just expected it to just fall in his hands, Roger Williams.
I think that bit of play pretty much summed up the entire game.
Yeah, no real effort. A lot of nonchalance.
Indeed. They've lost position in the middle of the park, and Vere United coming the other way. That should have been a better ball to Dennis, but he still controls. It's Dennis! There's an appeal for a handled ball here. The referee says play should continue. Cummings sends it out wide, and it's too wide.
That was a good chance for Vere United, you know, pushing forward.
Yeah, it was. And again, just lacking the cutting edge here. As we take a look at it again, Dennis still managed to control. And then the shot was blocked. There was an appeal for a handled ball. I'm not sure if there was a lot in it, to be fair. That, Lamar Neal, in fact, not Ricardo Dennis, who just came on. Here's Diego McKenzie coming on for Rodico Wellington.
It was been extremely quiet in the second half. But in that first half, missed a chance of the game, Rodico Wellington. Another substitution coming in, Howard Morris coming in for Anthony Thompson. Changing the center of the park there. So Tivoli ringing the changes.
They are indeed.
Around 21 minutes plus stoppages to try and see if they can muster a chance to win this game against the 10 men of Vere United. Nicholas Clark is known for his long goal kicks, but none of them have really connected to their intended target so far in this game. Crowded out there.
Ball played inside, it's Neal. Dennis, well,
just a little bit ahead of Dennis.
Yeah, but he had timed his run to perfection, though, I thought.
And it's Vere looking more likely over the past couple minutes.
To get a goal, right?
Yeah.
This is Keano Simpson now for Tivoli Gardens, heads to the byline. And Captain Cummings coming across. Stopping the play and the danger. Corner kick to Tivoli, though. Seventh corner kick to Tivoli Gardens.
Probably the worst of the 7.
Simpson will keep possession. That's a good ball inside, but the header is over the top. Well, is that McKenzie with the effort?
It was Diego McKenzie. Pennycook, of all people, whipping in that cross with his weaker left foot. I think he had way more time than he thought he did. He even could have left it. He had 3 teammates right behind him, Diego McKenzie. Wait for glory.
Yeah, it probably wasn't best place to go for the header. But we see that in football in Jamaica, not a lot of communication on the field at times. And on that occasion, McKenzie, I suppose the better option was to have left that one alone. But I don't think he got a call. What was surprising though was Pennycook's ball.
Yeah, that was a really good cross. Accurate one.
Here's Tivoli again. Oh dear. Shake of the head from the head coach, Jermaine Johnson. His boys haven't really come to the party. Simpson. We still in play. Then the clearance didn't go too far. Now Kemoy Phillips will need some attention, it seems.
Tivoli Gardens here. Recovering that one. Pennycook restarting, going back to his goalkeeper.
Let's have about 15 minutes remaining in this one, plus time added on for stoppages. Simpson playing this one inside. Morris out wide, just lost his balance there. Picked up by Lewis. Lewis gets the return, needs a good cut back. Oh, what a poor effort attack that was.
That was some of the best approach play from Tivoli Gardens so far in this game, but finishing.
Is the field an issue?
I don't even want to say that, because whatever condition of the field, that should be a goal. As we see, a coming together there by Christopher Matthews and a Vere player. Oh,
Wow.
it was actually a harsh tackle by the Vere player initially, but here's a chance again. Oh, he was Nikhil right, you know. Should have done better. Really should have done better with that chance.
You expect better from him, of course, but this game has, has really rendered me speechless on quite a few occasions. But I don't really want to judge too harshly. You have to wonder if the playing area isn't one for the most attractive football. Because even with the Rodico Wellington chance from earlier, we saw that there was a bubble. You wonder if it was at a venue like Sabina Park or wherever like that, if it would have been more suitable for the players, especially in those positions, to convert those type of chances. But you're saying it doesn't matter the type of field that they're playing on, those chances should be converted.
Yeah, I definitely think you're clutching at straws.
I'm just trying to explain the quality of this game because it is a little baffling.
Well, it's not your job to explain it. You just have to call it as it is.
Not a lot to call. We're seeing more fights and coming together. We've seen a red card. We've seen controversy. What we haven't seen is a decent football game. Tivoli making another change. Markland Burton replaces Anthony Nelson.
Done.
Ball played through, keeper will collect. Lawrence hasn't really been to the races this evening so far. The youngster on the wing. But then again, you hardly consider it his job to try and raise the level of his team. They have it difficult already playing with 10 players. Neil trying to get that one under control. Neil again. Need a bit of better ball to Dennis, you know. And Dennis was in an offside position. Wow. Dyer. Mix up between Dyer and Dennis, I think. Burton now. Nice leave. Lovely forward play. Oh, that should have been a better ball, you know. And here's another coming together. So I guess it's time to discuss player of the game. I'd like to list your nominees.
I think you'll have to give me a couple minutes for that one.
All right, no problem. Take your time.
It's nice how you want to pass off the
Oh,
responsibility to me.
in this game, definitely.
Brilliant.
To be fair, I don't think you'll be overruled.
So I can just give it to anyone then?
You really could. I guess that is actually the point. My producer tells me that there's going to be a Sportsmax app moment of the game. As Tivoli Gardens come forward, this is surely an opportunity for them. Was he cut down inside the box? It's a corner kick that's been awarded.
I think that was just a blatant dive there by Nikhil, right?
He was looking for it. Ball played inside and the header.
It looked as if he was from Pennycook.
Yeah. More known for his defensive headers, to be fair. Sent long. And the keeper doing really well, you know, Nicholas Nelson. Tivoli Gardens again coming forward. They have players up in numbers, and that's a good challenge. Had to be done. Some good defensive work from Mario Bryan. Started off as striker, did Bryan. Now doing his job defensively. And here's another opportunity, and Williams does well.
Well claimed.
From one end of the field to the next, Nicholas Clark should see that one out, and he does. Here's Tivoli again. Oh, that's a lovely ball inside. The keeper is off his line and had enough on it. To deny Diego McKenzie. Well, he's been in the wars. That wasn't a bad save, you know, that was a really good hold. Because McKenzie was looking to just lob him. Very nice to make a change with Lloyd Mann coming on for Lamar Neal. Phillips forward. No one trickled through to Clark. Both teams showing a bit more urgency in the closing stages of this one. Well, legit, it has been a tough watch, hasn't it? It has been. And to just prove that this has been a really tough watch, outside of the expression from Jermaine Teddy Johnson and Linville Dixon, the Sportsmax app moment of the game comes up shortly. Wright's ball inside. Burton trying to get there. Dennis along the right-hand side. Dyer, keeper is off his line. Oh, Dyer didn't have the requisite skill to get by his marker. Tivoli. Lewis gets by one. They have a number of players forward waiting for a decent delivery. It's not a bad one. Comes across to Simpson, looking for space. Simpson can drive this one. It's well wide of the mark. And it's a goal kick to Vere. As we take a look at the Sportsmax app moments of the game. And we remember this for a while. It was some good work from Nakil right inside the area. And then look at the setup for Wellington. Nico Wellington just cuffing the shot there. It was a big moment to the game. And Tivoli Gardens, they were unable to capitalize there. Well, what good work from Wright, but Wellington would want to do over. Yep. Sportsmax app moment of the game, courtesy of the Sportsmax app. Here's Tivoli Gardens in transition still, and still struggling to get by Vere. Ball played inside, and the header is wide of the mark. Just wide of the mark.
It had Roger Williams scampering. Speaking of Roger Williams, he said I could choose anyone. If Tivoli go on to score, I'll change my pick, but I'd like to nominate him as man of the match because his team has 10 men and he kept a clean sheet.
Well, I've seen you give that a lot of thought.
Of course I did. I said give me a couple minutes, and that's what I was taking a couple minutes to do, you know.
Could also mention the captain, Fitzroy Cummings.
Yeah, he's been solid around the back. All jokes aside, I think there's been a couple players who have put in some semi-decent performances. But
you would nominate anyone from Tivoli Gardens?
I think despite the chances that he's missed, I think Nakil Wright has had a good game. But, you know, he hasn't done his job on a technical level. That's his job, is to score, so he hasn't done the job. So
yeah, it will be difficult to give attacking players.
Yeah. But I think all in all, he's done everything else to a pretty decent level. But just hasn't scored.
4 minutes of substitutes to be played, by the way. We're already a minute inside. Here's Tivoli again. That's a wonderful ball inside. Still a chance. Right. Forced to go wide. There's the delivery again. Vere United with the clearance. Didn't go too far. Here's another attempt. He's over the top. From
Kevin Garnett.
Yep. Was Garnett. Lewis has been providing the crosses. You can't say that he hasn't. I think he's had a good game as well. Found Mackenzie on that occasion. Mackenzie needed more time. He didn't have enough time inside the box.
Yeah, I think Alton Lewis has had a good game, but I don't like what he did for that red card.
Well, he did change the game, did he?
Is this you overruling me again?
No, and here's another chance for Tivoli Gardens. Can they go ahead here? Ball played across. Dunn was looking for his teammate there.
Actually, I think I will change my mind.
Thank you very much.
On my own accord.
Of course.
In case anyone was wondering.
Here's
to Alton Lewis.
Here's Tivoli again. Ball played inside. And still an opportunity. Lewis was begging for it, you know. And, oh dear.
He's got it now. Offside flag is up.
Yeah. He's inched further and further up the field, Lewis, because he's realized that his teammates, they haven't been able to make the difference in the attacking third.
There's going to be a corner for Vere United in the late embers here.
Can they get something here? Can they really snatch something out of nothing? So Mario Bryan has gone across to take it. Vere United, they're taking their time and they haven't really committed players inside the box, just 2 so far. A Tivoli Gardens player is down. But I don't think he requires a lot of attention.
He said, and I quote, "We can't get up."
Oh, looks as if he's run a marathon. They've just dedicated 4 players inside the box, so this has to be pretty accurate. Here he comes, and Clark getting a hand on it, and that's the end of this game. And after 90 minutes, really not a lot to smile about. In the end, Lewis, the outstanding player of this game for Tivoli Gardens, especially putting in some hard work. Jermaine Teddy Johnson is absolutely furious with the results and I suppose the performance. And Vere United with another drawn results. They were reduced to 10 players, and I suppose in the end they will be happy with the points, 0-0, the final score. As we take a look at some of the highlights here, the ball delivered inside for Nikhil Wright, who was in most of the action, skying that one. Then he found Wellington, who in turn also put it over the crossbar. Dunn's ball inside. Right again on the volley, hitting it flush. It was blocked. Roger Williams with a very poor clearance and right inside the area, forcing a save from Williams, who obviously made amends there. And then Vere United with an opportunity. A scuff shot from Romario Bryan. No issues there for Nicholas Clark. And then Wright again cutting it side, moving away from defenders and laid this one on a platter for Radico Wellington. And Wellington should have really done better there. Lewis. Well, his reaction really sold it. And Alvin Strawn was sent off. Straight red card. And another opportunity there that forced Roger Williams to making the save from Dunn. Then Petticock with that delightful ball inside at the header was over the top. Here's Mackenzie again. Another chance. This one is stamped across the area, but Vere United managed to clear, and then the shot from distance from Kevin Garnett again over the crossbar. As we take a look at the statistics here, Tivoli Gardens with 15 shots, 3 on target. Vere United with just the 1 shot on target. They committed 10 fouls, 4 more than Tivoli Gardens. 2 yellow cards were shown, 1 each. The 1 red card pivotal shown to Vere United's Alwyn Strawn. Tivoli had 8 corner kicks, 5 more than Vere United. And the Tivoli also with the majority of the possession at 56%.
Alton Lewis, today's man of the match. You got the clean sheet, but you just couldn't get the win today against your former team.
Yeah, we create a lot of chance, but we just go back training and work on we finishing. And we next match against Tropical Maru, Monday night same. So to see if we can come out as a winner there. So.
You're involved in the most controversial moment in the game, the red card. What happened there?
Yeah. Why him just try make him get the red card, because it's not like him directly do it, but the heat of the game, so we have just, you see it?
Well, that happened. I'm assuming that you just want to just move on, try and get some wins for Tivoli and push forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we aim for finishing at top 6, play quarter-final, and see if we can start off from there. So.
Well, thank you, and good luck for the rest of the season.
All right, thank you very much.
We'll now be moving on. Coach, I know that's not the result that you wanted. You look very frustrated on the bench. What happened in the game?
You know, as every game we keep on getting a chance, and we're not putting them away. But I think the team played very well. I think tonight a very disappointing night for us. I think we deserve the 3 points.
After the red card, did you expect your team to really push forward and get that goal?
Well, definitely, we definitely think that we would have won it anyway, same way.
Your team, you pushed, you made some substitutions. Is there any key chance or key player or key moment that you think could have changed the game?
I think in the first half we get a clear chance from Wellington, but nevertheless we get a lot of chance in the second half more than the first half. That we think that we should have won it same way. Because I have to say to them that listen, patient going to be the key for beat Vere, because they are a very good defensive team. So once we did have those patient and take a little time, I think we ace in front of the goal, and that's something that we keep on working on, and it's a work in progress, But we give up a good opportunity to go in the top 6.
Your player before, the man of the match, Alton Lewis, he mentioned the top 6 as well. Is that your expectation for the rest of the season to get into the playoffs?
Well, definitely, because when we look for us, we start off bad, and we are 2 points away from the top 6. So basically, we just have to just keep on going and go for a little run. And as I said, one run, it'll maybe a 4, 5, 6 match unbeaten will get us in the top 6.
You'll be playing Chapelton Maroons next. Is that a game that you're keen in and to make sure you win and then push on for the rest of the season?
Well, definitely that game like what we see today. We know what we expect of Chapelton Maroon. They have a very nice coach. We saw them yesterday. So we just have to just keep pushing and just come out more physical, mental, ready for that game.
All right, thank you. We'll be looking forward to seeing Tivoli again.
Thank you very much.
Now we're moving on to Coach Douglas. Coach, I have to ask you first and foremost, the red card, did you see it? Do you think it was a red card? What happened there?
No, I wasn't able to see exactly what happened, so I can't make a judgment.
After the red card, though, your team really dug in. They ended up getting the clean sheet. They got the draw. Are you proud of your team for just that alone?
Yeah, basically we played almost the entire second half with 10 players. You have to be grateful when you get a point under those circumstances. But I thought we made some changes at halftime. Unfortunately, we never got an opportunity to see whether or not those changes would have borne fruit for us.
Your team is they still have the second best defense in the league. They keep on pushing and really being really stubborn against these teams. You mentioned before the game that you still want goals, but you have to be proud of the defense and the defensive effort of your team.
Yeah, I think today, once the red card was shown, we would have changed our approach somewhat. So we had to consolidate at the back, and hopefully we were hoping to get a chance to counter. We got a few half chances, but nothing clear-cut enough for us to get the 3 points today.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
So as we take a look at the standings at the moment, Mount Pleasant on top on 31 points, Anigans on 27. Tivoli Gardens with the point. They are in 9th position now, tied with Montego Bay United on 17 points. And Vere United on 14 points now, inching further away from the relegation zone. They are 7 points clear. So 0-0, the final score between Vere United and Tivoli Gardens here at the Ash9 Stadium.